Hello there and welcome to another Coffee with Colm, and thank you for joining me. We're in Whiffween Spare here today. I'm sheltering from the wind best I can, but you can see the beautiful River Shannon behind me, and it's just a wild day. It's beautiful, absolutely wonderful here. Anyway, something happened during the week that I thought would inform my Coffee with Colm this week, and it was where I was driving through Limerick City and I noticed a fire engine coming towards me with its sirens blaring and its lights flashing, and not an unusual sight for all of us, I'm quite sure you'd agree. But what I found really interesting was there was a group of children on a school tour. It looked like they were on a school tour, walking along the street in a lena, hand in hand, 2 by 2. And all of a sudden the kids started waving at the fire engine, and I thought, how cool is that? And even more cool was one of the firemen decided that he would wave back. And I was thinking to myself, when was the last time I waved at a fire engine that's passing by? I mean, these kids saw the joy, the wonder in a fire engine passing by. When was the last time you thought a fire engine passing by was a wonderful sight to behold? A long time ago for me, for sure. When was the last time you waved at a train, a passing train? When was the last time you waved at a passing boat on a river? A long time ago, I'd suggest, for most of us. And what's that about? I think it's about the fact that for some reason, as we grow older, we lose the joy and the simple things of life. And I think perhaps it's time that we begin to start to regain that. Somebody said to me recently that if you walk into a school, into a classroom of 5-year-olds and you ask, who here is a good singer? All hands will be raised. Whether they're a good singer or not, they believe themselves to be a good singer. Why, when you walk into a class of 15-year-olds, you ask the same question? They all put their heads down because they don't want to be singled out. So what's that about? For some reason we tend to, life, the joy of life, the joy in the simple aspects of life, I think tends to get knocked out of us by life itself, and I think that's a pity. So perhaps in this next week, perhaps that's what this morning's Coffee with Colm is all about. Perhaps it's just a call out, a shout out to myself and to you out there. Let's perhaps in this next week try and regain some of that joy in the simple things of life. Let's wave at a fire engine, let's wave at a train, let's wave at a passing boat, let's wave at a passing stranger. Upset them, they'll be wondering what's going on. And but look, give it some thought, make next week count in some shape or form, and try in everything that you're doing, try to regain some of the joy of the simple things in life. And thank you for joining me for this week's Coffee with Colm. I hope and trust, as ever, you got something from it. If you have done, you think somebody else would benefit, please pass the link on. If it's your first time here and you'd like more of this type of stuff, well then go to the homepage, colmobrienmotivation.com, leave me some detail. I'll make sure you get a link like this on a weekly basis. Most importantly, please consider what's been shared here today and apply it into your thinking for this next week. And then equally as importantly, come back next week, we'll share another coffee together and I'll ruminate on some other aspect of life and business. Between now and then, get some good coffee for sure, get some fresh air for sure, get some R&R. Take some time out. If you spend a lot of time with people, I recommend you spend a little time alone. Conversely, if you spend a lot of time alone, I recommend you go meet some people. And then when the time is right, and only when the time is right, get your head back in the game, get organised for the week ahead, get stuck in, make next week count, but also make sure you recapture some of the joy and the simple things of life. And I'll see you here this time next week for another Coffee with Colm. Sláinte. Oh, I really love my coffee. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.